Today I'm going to show you how I use this pickle jar to create a terrarium. To start, you're going to clean our vessel and remove any labels or residue. Then we're going to start setting up different layers of our terrarium. The first layer is the drainage layer. The second layer is our moss layer. To help our moss layer lay flat, we're going to use a squirt bottle to moisten it, and then use our fingers to compact. Add more moss and more moisture if needed. Our next layer is the charcoal layer. If you're working with a shallower vessel, you can opt to mix in some charcoal into your soil layer, which is our next layer. As I am going to keep this an open terrarium, I have chosen to use succulents as my plants, so therefore I have chosen a soil that is appropriate for succulents. It's a good idea at this stage to moisten your soil, again, with our friend, the squirt bottle. If you want to maximize the visual appeal of your different layers, and you're working with a fully clear glass jar such as I am, you can create different strata along the perimeter, keeping a deeper interior depth of your soil layer. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more pebbles just along the very outer edge to create more layers. Remember, if you choose to implement this technique, that you use contrasting colors so that your different layers will show up. Now I'm going to continue adding more soil. Again, our squirt bottle comes to the rescue as we continue to moisten our soil. You can also direct the spray to the outside edges of your container if some material has stuck to the glass, so that way you have a clean setup. Next, it's time for our plants. As I've mentioned before, I have selected succulents. I'm going to use this succulent as the main star of the show, and then I've selected a few leaves from some other succulents that I have growing that I know, if carefully placed, will start to grow new plants. I allowed this to dry out slightly so that way it was easy to remove from my container. I also find it useful to use some tools such as small spades and tweezers and chopsticks that I have together in my bonsai kit. After placing that plant in there, I think I need a little bit of more soil, so I'm going to continue adding to my soil layer. It's a good idea to use either a tool or your fingers to get around those edges and tap each layer down flat. That way you'll have a more distinctive layer from the outside for improved visual appeal. Again, with a squirt bottle. I'm going to utilize these pair of tweezers to help me place my individual succulent leaves. I want to make sure that this part of the succulent leaf that was attached originally to the plant is the part that I place into the soil. These leaf additions don't have to be buried too deep. In fact, in most cases, you can just simply lay them on the top of the soil. Again, squirt bottle time. When selecting the specimens for your terrarium, you want to think about color, texture, size, and environmental requirements. Succulents make a great addition to an open style terrarium, where tropicals work better in a closed style terrarium. For more detailed information about terrariums, different types of terrariums, and different plants that are suitable for those different types of terrariums, please check out my other video. I will put a link in the description below. At this point, we are ready to focus on aesthetics. I want to add more contrast to this particular setup, so I choose to add some light colored stones to the surface. This is going to create more visual interest. These stones are flattened glass marble-like stones that you can find at most craft stores. Be careful in their placement as you don't want to lay them on any of your plants. As you can see, they show up quite brightly as they're a strong contrast to the dark soil. I'm also going to add a bit of the rock that I put on the very bottom to have it tie in together with the different layers. Make sure to dislodge any rocks that may end up in your succulents, as it may cause places for distress to the delicate leaves. You also want to move away any of the pebbles that may be encroaching on the leaves that you placed in there to start new succulents, as that may inhibit their growth. Also be careful on these style of succulents that have multiple leaves coming out of a center nexus, because those creates really great nooks for dirt to sit, and sometimes that may cause mold and health issues for your plant. You can remove that excess dirt with a tool such as the tweezers or a small spade. Also, the squirt bottle. Carefully clean your vessel with a soft cloth such as a paper towel, and be careful not to disturb your newly planted plant. Now simply just sit back and enjoy the view, as succulent terrariums are very low maintenance. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.